Hi guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades and I'm here to get you started on Unit 6, Long Vowels. Please gather your materials. You'll need your purple book, open to page 41. You'll also need some colorful pencils, crayons, or markers. Remember, whatever I do on the board, you should be doing on your page. Please save room for a key. If it doesn't fit on the page, go ahead and write it on a sticky note or a separate sheet of paper. If at any point I'm moving too fast, please pause the video and catch up. All right, so for the last 5 weeks, we learned about short vowels. A, e, I. Today, we're moving on to long vowels. So all of your words this week are going to have an A, E, I, O, or U sound in them. So we're going to talk about, we're going to review some of the ways that we can make long vowels, whether we're using bossy E, a vowel team, or an open syllable. Okay? So let's start by reading the words. Repeat after me and try to find that long vowel sound in each word. Here we go. Absolute, beautiful, communicate, computer, container, diagnose, evening, isolated, jewelry, juvenile, motivate, museum, neighborhood, pineapple, potato, relationship, tomato, tornado, vitamin, volcano. Okay, seems like a real random assortment of words this week. What I want to do next is I want to take all these big words and break them into chunks. So choose a color, and starting with absolute, we're going to slice our word absolute. Beautiful has 3 syllables. We're going to slice it after the U and then after the I. Beautiful. Communicate, we're going to slice between the M's. So communicate. Computer. Contain after the N. Container. Diagnose. Evening. Isolated. Jewelry. That L is hard to hear, right? Jewel. I guess you can hear it. Juvenile. Motivate. Museum. Notice the E and U are not working together here. They're parts of 2 separate syllables. Museum. Nay, after the H. Neighborhood. Pine. Apple, between the double P's. Potato. Relationship. May, after the N. Sorry for the squeak. Tomato. Tornado. Vitamin. Volcano. All right, on our key, purple line equals syllable break. Okay, as we've done in past weeks, I want to go back now and find the stressed syllable. That's the syllable that said louder and stronger than all the others. So in absolute, it's the third syllable, absolute. In beautiful, it's the first syllable. Communicate, second syllable. Computer, second syllable. Container, second syllable. Diagnose, first syllable. Evening, first syllable. Isolated, first syllable. Jewelry, first syllable. Juvenile, first syllable. Motivate, first. Museum, second syllable. Neighborhood, first. Pineapple, first. Potato, second syllable. Relationship, second. Tomato, second. Tornado, second. Vitamin, first. And volcano, second. So, green check mark equals stressed syllable. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but all of our stressed syllables this week contain a long vowel. So what I want to do now with you is I want to review the 3 ways we can make a vowel say its name. We can make it long. So the first way that you probably learned way back in 1st grade is that you can use a silent E, or what I like to call bossy E. So if you look at absolute, that bossy E jumps over the T, tells the U, say your name, say your name. So that's how we get absolute. So I want you to choose another color. And I want you to put a box around the U-T-E. There's our silent E combination. Now, we see that again in communicate, but that's not our stressed syllable. But that's okay. There's no rule that says the bossy E has to be in the stressed syllable. Same thing here. We see it in diagnose. Back to our stressed syllable, there's Eve. There's that bossy E making the E say its name. We see it in juvenile. We see it in motivate. We see it right here in pine, apple. And I think that's it. Okay, so keep in mind that silent E might show up in your stressed syllable in a word like evening or pineapple, but it also could show up in one of the less stressed syllables. So, red box equals silent E, okay? That's one way to make a vowel say its name. We can also use a vowel team. Now, we're only spending 1 week on this because I'm assuming you guys are already experts on your vowel teams. If you need more practice with them, go back to the 4th grade book or the 3rd grade book, even the 2nd grade book. Those will all cover vowel teams in depth. But some of these, like the AI in container, I think you guys are already experts on those. Now, here's one you probably haven't seen before. This is a word a lot of people have trouble spelling. The E, the A, and the U all work together to make that U sound. So we have beautiful, we have container, we have the EW in jewelry, we have the EIGH, 4 letters working together to make the long A sound. So we've got long U, long A, long U, long A. Let's see if we have any more. I think that's it. Okay, So another way to make a vowel long, to make a vowel say its name, is to use a vowel team. And I say vowel team, but I know GH aren't vowels. I know that W isn't a vowel, but these are letters that team up with the vowels to make a vowel sound. And then the last way to make a vowel say its name is to put that vowel by itself at the end of a syllable. We call that an open syllable. So we see that in communicate. See how the U is at the end of the syllable and it's long. So communicate, computer, diagnose, the I is long. Isolated, the I is long. Juvenile, the U is long. Motivate, the O is long. Museum, the E is long. Potato, the A is long. Relationship, the A is long. Tomato, the A is long. Tornado, the A is long. Vitamin, the I is long. And volcano, the A is long. Okay, so another way to make a vowel long is to just have an open syllable, which means end your syllable with one vowel by itself. You'll notice these open syllables are very common in our longer words. We don't see a lot of vowel teams like A, I, and EW in these big words. Usually the vowel stands by itself at the end of a syllable. Okay, so 3 ways to make our vowels say their name. And then we have a whole bunch of unstressed syllables with all kinds of vowels plugged in to make that lazy tongue schwa sound. So let's choose one more color. That one isn't going to work. How about blue? And let's circle, and I probably won't find all of them, but let's circle some of these schwa sounds. So for instance, absolute, that O is a schwa. Beautiful, there's a schwa. Communicate, computer. I mean, some people would say that that O in all these words is making a schwa sound, right? Because it's not saying communicate, it's saying communicate. Communicate, computer, container, diagnose, isolated, jewelry, juvenile, motivate, museum. By the way, there's another open syllable. Neighborhood, pineapple, potato, another open syllable. Relationship, that I-O makes an sound. Tomato, another open syllable. Tornado, another open syllable. Vitamin or mun. Volcano, another open syllable. All right, so we haven't marked everything on our page, but enough that I think we get the gist. So everything I circled in blue makes a schwa sound. That's probably going to be the tricky part of your word this week when you're learning how to spell it. Okay, now I want to talk about prefixes. So remember, a prefix is something that's added to the beginning of a word. In the word relationship, I already used brown. In the word relationship, we have the prefix re. Re means back, right? Or again. So if you think about a relationship, when you relate to someone, you have a back and forth, right? You don't just meet each other one time and never talk again. There's a back and forth. Another prefix we're going to see this week is com. We've seen this a few times already. Com means with or together. So when you communicate, you talk with somebody else. We see it in computer, right? But we also see it in container. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. But over here, green box equals prefix. In your book, if you turn to page 44, you have a whole activity with that prefix com. And what it's going to explain to you is that com is an assimilated prefix, which means it changes depending on what letters you put it in front of. So sometimes it'll just stay in M, like in communicate or computer. But if you put it in front of a chunk that starts with T, it's going to change to con, C-O-N. If you put it in front of a chunk that starts with L, it's going to change to L, so you'll have collect. If you put it in something that starts with R, it's going to change to an R, so you'll have correct, right? Because a comlect and comrect, that would just sound weird. So when you do your activity this week, what's going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of chunks here, and you'll have to decide which form of the com prefix looks right. Should I put in C-O-M, C-O-N, C-O-L, C-O-R? It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. You have to put a real word in there. But you should know that whether it's C-O-L, C-O-R, C-O-M, or C-O-N, they all mean with or together. Okay. Very quickly before you leave me, let's make sure we know what our words mean. So, absolute, where's my black marker? Absolute means total, right? So if I say, oh my gosh, I was up all night, the thunderstorms kept me awake, and the next day I was an absolute mess. It just means total and complete. You know beautiful, you know communicate, a computer, I think you know that, a container, something that holds stuff. Diagnose. This is something a doctor will do. When you're not feeling well, you'll go to her office. She'll ask what your symptoms are. She'll check your vital signs, and then she might diagnose you. She'll say, ooh, I think you have strep throat. I think you have an ear infection. Those are that would be your diagnosis. So to diagnose is to name an illness, I guess. I'm sure there's a better way to say that, but just keep in mind, diagnosing is something a doctor does. Evening, we know. Isolated, if you're isolated, you're cut off from other people. You're alone. Okay? So, if you live way off in the wilderness and there's no roads that are easy to come to get there, you might feel isolated. Maybe you like that, but you're cut off from other people. Jewelry, earrings, necklaces, bracelets. A juvenile is a person under the age of 18, right? So if I say, oh, you're so juvenile, what I mean is you're acting like a kid, okay? So a juvenile, we'll just say is a kid, someone under the age of 18. To motivate someone is to be like a cheerleader, right? Come on, you can do this. You've got this. So motivate, I'm going to write cheer on. Museum, a place you visit to look at cool stuff. Neighborhood, you know. Pineapple is a type of fruit. Potato, type of vegetable. Relationship, tomato. Tornado, that's a huge windstorm, right? That could do damage, could like take the roof off your house or blow a mobile home away. Sometimes on the news we see horrible destruction caused by a tornado. A vitamin, you could take a daily vitamin, but you can also get vitamins from your food. So if you drink orange juice, that'll give you vitamin C. If you drink a glass of milk, that'll give you vitamin D. Vitamins are nutrients that your body needs. And then a volcano, I think you've seen these before, right? You have the earth, and then you've got this hot magma that escapes from a crack at the top of a mountain or someplace on earth. So that would be a volcano. All right, that's all I have for you today. Good luck, and I will see you next time.